You been talking about dark skin. You been talking about dark skin. You been talking about dark skin. You been talking about dark skin till you heard Rashida Scroba do it. Copying me, dang man. Copying me. Who copying you, Rashida? You better tell me who that is, cause we not finna have this right here. We not finna have this right here. Hold up. Don't act like y'all don't know. I've been the dark skin activist, and anybody talking about dark skin is doing it because of me, Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. You know, the real one who been doing it before social media, Rashida Strober, the woman who coined and created the phrase dark skin activist. Rashida Strober, the woman who coined and created the phrase dark skin activism. Rashida Strober, the queen of dark skin, here to sit on my throne. Yo, favorite dark skin chick, created the lane way back in 1998, but now they hate. Rashida Strober, the first to bring dark skin to social media in 2009, and in 2015 got death threats for calling out Kendrick Lamar's darkism. Nobody supported me when the shit went down. Now, out the gate, all they did was hate. They said, what the hell is a dark skin activist? What the hell is a dark skin activist? But now the fakes try to take the dark skin lane that I created. But I will never let you fakes take the dark skin lane that I created way back in 1998, straight from the original, only, real, raw, world's first dark skin activist. Rashida Strober, the first artist. Rashida Strober, the first actress. Rashida Strober, the first author. Rashida Strober, the first activist. Rashida Strober, the first woman in history to focus my work only on dark skin. Rashida Strober, the first woman to create a movement only for dark skin. Dark Skin Activist Tour updates. I want y'all to look out for the Dark Skin Activist Tour coming to Atlanta, Georgia in 2018. This is going to be a live stream pay-per-view event where all my fans all around the world can watch the Dark Skin Activist show live. Now, for updates on place, time, and where to get your tickets, go to my website and get on that mailing list, queenofdarkskin.com, a.k.a. darkskinactivist.com, a.k.a. beingdarkskin.com. You ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin until you heard Rashida Scroba do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Hey, 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 you ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin until you heard Rashida Scroba do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. You ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin until you heard Rashida Scroba do it. Now listen up. This is my new spoken word called You Ain't Been Talking About Dark Skin by dark skin activist, world's first dark skin activist and queen of dark skin, Rashida Scroba. Now I want you to listen up to all you copycats out there, all you plagiarizers out there. Listen up and listen close. If I hear you ain't been talking about dark skin spoken word up on anybody else's YouTube or anybody else's social media or anybody on TV or anywhere, I'm coming after your ass with a copyright claim, okay? Because this here, you ain't been talking about dark skin by dark skin activist Rashida Scroba is my intellectual property. Get that? Good. Now, if you want to use this, what you do is you hit me up on my email, darkskinisbeautifulcampaign@gmail.com. You ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin. You ain't been talking about dark skin until you heard Rashida Scroba do it. Okay, so what's up, everybody? What's up, y'all? Ain't I'm blacker than a... I love it. I love it. I love being blacker than a... You know why I love being blacker than a... Because it's Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. Rashida Strober, the queen of dark skin, the undisputed queen of dark skin, Rashida Strober, the woman who brought dark skin to social media, Rashida Strober, the first woman in history to create a movement for only dark skin starting back in 1998. And for those of you that's watching, don't you ever forget it. You got that? Don't you ever forget it. All right, y'all. I'm just here to kind of give y'all a little bit of updates and reminders. I'm actually still traveling, but yesterday I was in Atlanta at the venue. I'm still out there traveling and making things happen because I'm getting ready to kick off this fire. I'm talking about hot fire dark skin activist show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour. I told y'all I'm on an ongoing tour. I've never stopped touring. I started touring way back in 1996. I meant to say I started touring back in 2006 when I wrote A Dark Skinned Girl's Triumph, the Rashida Strober story. And I never stopped touring. And so I want y'all to keep yourself updated, people. Keep yourself updated, because I'm telling y'all, man, I got some, man, I'm so damn excited about the product I'm finna put out to y'all that it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling, but, you know, that's why I keep coming and talking to the people, because I'm letting y'all know it's coming. And y'all can't say that I didn't come to y'all and I ain't say, get ready, because I'm coming to y'all. So how can you keep updated? Right now, I'm waiting for the contract to go ahead and be completed. And that's when I'll be able to find out the date, the time, I'll let you guys know where you can buy your tickets. But if you want to really keep updated, all you got to do is go to my website, queenofdarkskin.com. Because I'm the queen of dark skin. I'm the undisputed queen of dark skin. And don't you ever forget that. All right. And then y'all can also keep updated with all of my social media, because I'm going to be putting information on all of my social media. As soon as I know all the information, I'm going to go ahead and put everything up on my social media, letting you guys know everything that you need to know to go ahead and get your ticket. And this is very important. I had people say to me, they say, Rashida Strober, I'm not in the city where you at, but I still want to see your show. I listen to y'all, because I got something for y'all too, because y'all going to be able to watch me anywhere in the world with this particular show, live stream. Now, I want to say over and over again, it costs. It ain't going to be free. So it's going to be live stream pay-per-view. I'm going to be going ahead and setting up that ticketing box office, and I'm going to let you guys know where it's at. But man, it's finna be, I'm finna drop some fire. Some fire. I'm finna drop some fire on y'all asks. I said asks. ASK. That's what I said. So get that right. Yeah, y'all. I've been touring A Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. That is my other play as a part of the science of dark skin activism. All this work, I want y'all to be very clear and understand that all my plays, all my books, all my social commentary, it started in 1998 when I gave birth to the science of dark skin activism back in St. Petersburg College in St. Petersburg, Florida, speaking on the dark skin Sudanese model, Alec Weck. That was the birth of dark skin activism. And what I did is I took it to the internet, made it mainstream, all right, made black people come out and know about it. Made everybody else speak. Open the doors for other people to speak on dark skin. And y'all ain't got to say thank you. But let me say this. Nobody would be talking about dark skin if it wasn't for Rashida Strober. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Y'all know I only care about facts now. Nobody wouldn't be talking about no dark skin. I brought dark skin to the internet in 2009. In 2014, I went on to the Tommy Sotomayor show. He invited me on his show. Y'all could go to Google the videos. It's all right there on YouTube. And then in 2014, with the Kendrick Lamar beef, everybody knew who the dark skin activist was. And after that time, a lot of y'all been disrespecting me. Y'all ain't been giving me my credit. Y'all been disrespecting the world's first dark skin activist, Rashida Strober. But I got something for the ask. I got something for the ask. Trust me, I got something for that. All right. I got something real good for that. So y'all just hold on. Y'all just hold on. I got the Dark Skin Activist show coming out on the Dark Skin Activist Tour, the continuous tour. Y'all, for those of you that don't know, I have written more books on dark skin than anyone in the world. I am the first person to write a motivational book for dark skinned females.
I am the first person to create a movement around only dark skin. Been doing it since 1998, well before social media. I'm also the first artist to focus my work only on dark skin. The first author to focus my work only on dark skin. The first activist to focus my work only on dark skin. That's right. I also coined the words dark skin activist and dark skin activism. And I'm very proud of it because this is my legacy. This is what I love to do. This is what's in my heart and soul. You understand? If you haven't gotten my books yet, they're on Amazon, or you can go to my website. The website is, once again, queenofdarkskin.com. You can go to the website. I got How to Be the Hottest Dark Skin Chick on the Planet. It is the first motivational book for dark skinned females. Wrote that book years ago. Okay, I'm the originator. The originator, often imitated, but never. You can't duplicate the dark skin activist. You can't duplicate the dark skin activist. Anyway, other books include Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, and my baby, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, which is the book version of Play A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. And also, y'all, I want to let y'all know I'm going to be coming out real soon with Inventing Dark-Skinned Activism, the Rashida Strober story. And that's my alarm going off on my phone. That book is going to detail how I invented dark skin activism. Is giving you the history so that when I'm dead and gone, those students out there that wish to study the science of dark skin activism, I'm laying it down for you. I'm laying it down. All right, y'all. I just want to come up on here and talk to the people real quick. And I want to also say shout out to Geisha from Miami. A rapper, Geisha. She had me on her show. I want y'all to check her out. G-E-I-S-H, Miami rapper. That's all you got to do is Google her. I want to say shout out to her. I want to say shout out to the Star Chamber. I was recently on their show. I want to say shout out to everybody that have supported me. Okay? Everybody that have supported me. And that's why I'm working so hard to bring y'all that dark skin activist heat. I'm finna bring y'all that dark skin activist heat. Y'all just keep on the lookout. Keep on the lookout for updates, because I'm fist to bring it. I'm fist to bring it. Y'all know I always bring it. You better ask them people that come to my live shows. You better ask them people that come to my live shows, and they will tell you. They'll tell you how Rashida Strober do, the world's first dark-skinned activist, the queen of dark skin, the woman who brought dark skin to social media. You better ask them how Rashida Strober do. All right, y'all. Let me get on up out of here. Go to my GoFundMe, type in Rashida Strober GoFundMe, make a donation, because I'm a self-producing artist, and go ahead and make that donation. Anybody that donates $25 or more will get an autographed copy of my book, Darkism. All right? So that's pretty much it for now. I'm still traveling out here on the road. Y'all hear my voices hoarse. I got the green tea over here. I'm out here traveling on the road, making things happen. Making things happen with this dark skin activist show that's finna go down. And like I said, y'all, I'm gonna be releasing the dates. I can't wait. I am so freaking excited. I'm so black. I'm so black. I'm so black. Y'all mad? You mad I'm black? Is you mad? Calling me black? Black, 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 black. Yeah, I'm black. And your problem? My face is shiny black. Show lives shiny black. Now, what you gotta say? What you dark-skinned haters out there gotta say? Cause y'all know they be hating on the dark skin. They been hating on my dark skin for years, honey. They been hating on my dark skin. Man, why you think I created dark skin activism back in 98? Cause it all came from my childhood. People out here trying to rip off my storyline of the bullied for being dark-skinned, but I'm an artist. I was the first to write that storyline. Bullied for being dark-skinned. Everybody out here copying me. That's what y'all need to stop doing. Copying me. Well, that's what y'all do. So if you hear anything I'm saying on my channel or on my YouTube, anywhere else, you know that they copying the dark-skinned activists. Let me get out of here, y'all. Stay tuned for updates from the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober, with her black ass. I'm so black. All y'all can see is my teeth. All y'all can see is my teeth. Y'all like that, huh? Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, the queen of dark skin, queenofdarkskin.com, y'all. I'll talk to y'all again soon. Stay tuned for updates. Bye!
Absolutely.
All right, we live right now, but hold on. Let me get all these links out. Let me get all the links out. Okay, I see Dagger Squad in the building. They ready.
Ready.
Dagger Squad is on deck.
Let me get my chat up because y'all know I'm gonna. When I'm looking away from you, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, sisters. I'm just trying to keep my eyes on the chat as well. Okay.
All right, no problem.
When I'm looking away from you, I'm not trying to just be disrespectful, sisters. I'm just trying to keep my eyes on the chat as well. Okay.
All right, y'all guys get that. Whose is that? Who's doing that? The feedback.
When I'm looking away from you, that was me.
Okay. Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another Sonetta TV House of Consciousness production. You already know what it is. We're gonna bring y'all some powerful information, and these two queens here, these three sisters here, is gonna show y'all, the brothers, how to get a debate in. We're gonna go in. It's gonna be fun, and hey, it's all love. Nobody up here hates nobody. There's absolutely no name calling, but we're just going to bring in some powerful information. And I want to introduce to you my sister. Y'all all know her. She's the powerful sister, and she is the moderator. She goes by the name of Sister Empress, the General Sekhmet. Peace and Black Power to you, Queen. Introduce the sisters.
Peace and Black Power to everybody in the chat. Peace and Black Power. Y'all already know what it is. If you can hear me very clearly, put your black fist up in the chat. Let's get that popping. All right. It's all love and it's all beautiful when you're black. Okay. So first thing, let's put it out there what we're talking about today. So the topic of this debate is darkism and Kendrick Lamar. I'm very interested, just as everyone else. Can y'all hear me very clearly?
I can hear you.
Yes.
Okay, good. So the topic is darkism and Kendrick Lamar. So first thing I want to do is ask the sisters to introduce themselves. And when I say introduce yourself, I want, you know, anything that you feel like you want the people to know. Your credentials, your projects, books written, etc., who you are. Very quickly, just about a minute for each of those. So Sister Rashida, introduce yourself, give some credentials, let the people know who you are.
All right, my name is Rashida. I'm the world's first dark skin activist. I'm the inventor of dark skin activism. I'm the queen of dark skin. I'm the woman who put this dark skin issue on the map. I'm also the author of 5 books and counting, including A Dark Skin Woman's Revenge, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark Skin People Are Discriminated Against, How to Be the Hottest Dark Skin Chick on the Planet, A Dark Skin Girl's Triumph, The Rashida Strober Story, and I'm currently working on tonight, of Darkism. Okay, so I'm gonna be presenting to you all tonight my worldview in regards to, and I'm gonna break it down. I have a huge worldview when we talk about darkism, but tonight in particular, we're going to focus on Black, female, and male relationships. I'm gonna hone in on that after I give you a backdrop.
Okay, Sister Sunny Day, please give us an introduction to yourself.
All right. I'm very happy to be here. So Sunny Day, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, a mother, a student of African Studies, business student as well. I happened to encounter the Sister Rashida by way of an article that she participated in some way about Kendrick Lamar and his exploitation of Black consciousness, Black women, Black issues, and efforts to gain a Black fan base, and ultimately that he let the people down because his fiance is not Black. So that's what sort of opened the door for me to have a discussion with the sister. I will say, first of all, I'm not here to debate colorism, okay? I'm not here to debate darkism. You can't debate an irrefutable fact. Darkism has existed, it exists, it will probably continue to exist unless we can find some sort of resolve, which is why I came here this evening.
All right, well, thank you both very much. And I quickly want to ask an introduction question. Okay, so to both the sisters,
what is your expected outcome at the end of this debate? What is your expected outcome? And what do you want the community to walk away with?
Well,
Sunny Day?
Yeah, I'd like to answer that. First of all, I did some light research on you, Sister Rashida. And I came across your interviews and some of your speeches. And I don't have any clarity on the activism aspect of your platform. I know you're self-proclaimed queen of dark skin. I understand that you say there's activism, but when I look into your Facebook posts, when I hear your speeches, your commentary, I hear a lot of focus on the issues surrounding darkism, the discrimination, you know, the being disenfranchised, right? Don't debate you there. But what I also hear is you isolating light-skinned Black women. And you made one comment that really encouraged me to debate you, which you said that a biracial woman is not a Black woman. You also said that a light-skinned woman is not a Black woman. So I'm looking for clarity. I have a couple of questions, like number one, the activism piece.
1 second, give me a second.
All right.
Give me a second, Sonny. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. I wanted to ask this question so we can get a basis, because the community wants to know what's this topic even about. Darkism and Kendrick Lamar. Everybody is really confused on exactly where we're going with this. So this is why I asked this one question. Give me a little 30-second answer. And the question is, what is your expected outcome at the end of this debate? And what do you want the community to walk away from? Because as we move into this Black consciousness or Black awareness, however you want to put it, we got to find solutions to this.
Facts.
What is your expected outcome at the end of this debate? And what do you want the community to walk away from? Sunny?
Okay, for me, I'm looking for a solution. I would love to hear a solution from the sister because I haven't yet. Okay. I would like to see within the Darkism campaign more positive elements about dark-skinned women, not just their disadvantages, but how do we counter that? Okay, and include me in the process, me being a light-skinned woman.
Rashida?
I am here to debate darkism because that is the whole reason why this whole interaction is taking place. And so what people will walk away with is a concrete understanding of how darkism began and some solutions that I have actually set forth to eradicate darkism.
Okay. Well, I thank you both sisters very much. I think we have a good understanding on where we're going with this. I want to first do some rules of engagement. Okay. So there will be no name calling. And these are not debatable. There will be no name calling. There will be no personal disrespect. Okay. Be mindful of the time. Okay. Let's be mindful of the time. And one mic, one voice. When one person is talking, we need you to respect that person, let them finish their point, and you will have ample time for a rebuttal. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. One mic, one voice. We don't want to talk over each other. We want the people to understand both of your points very clearly. Okay?
Absolutely.
No problem.
Okay. Okay. So let's start by doing this. Who is this? Something. Hold on. Somebody trying to get in on my. There we go. Let's start by doing this. Sister Rashida, I understand that you have a PowerPoint that you want to bring forth to the people. And you said it's about 30 minutes, correct?
Yes, somewhere along 30 minutes. We'll try to keep it short.
Okay. Okay. Well, first, let me do this. Let's get a definition of what we're talking about. What is darkism?
Darkism.
What is darkism?
Darkism is simply the discrimination of dark-skinned people.
Okay, a Sunny Day, what's your definition? Is it the same?
Well, the sister coined the term. So I asked her, in the dialogue we had, I asked her for a definition, and that's what she gave. So therefore, that is what it is.
Okay, so let's make it more a wider spectrum. Is darkism the same thing as colorism?
Yes, it's an aspect of colorism for darks, just like it would be lightism or brownism. Correct.
Okay, so this is the same. Is this the same old conversation, sisters? Is this the house nigga, field nigga conversation?
It is. It is. For me, it is.
Rashida, Sister Rashida?
Well, I would prefer to address that with the PowerPoint.
Prepare to address with the power. Okay.
Because she lost the game.
Okay.
All right.
So we're gonna start here. Since the sister Sunny Day has issue, right? So this is the reason why we're having this debate, right? You had issue with the sister's stance and had some of the statements that the sister had, correct?
Correct. They were concerning.
Okay. Okay. So let's give our sister Rashida the time to put her stance is, so all the people can understand exactly where she's coming from with darkism. And then we'll move to Sunny Day so we can find out exactly what your concerns are with the things that she is saying. Everybody agreeing on that?
Sounds great.
All right. Let's get ready to rumble. Come on, Sister Rashida, let's get your PowerPoint.
All right. So first of all, I want to say at the outset that darkism came out of slavery and extended itself into contemporary time. So for example, Verna Keith and Cedric Herring, they cited a study by a person named E. Franklin Frazier about middle-class blacks, which historically consisted of mulattoes and light-skinned black people. Now, these people were the leaders historically of the black community. They had more privilege than what E. Franklin Frazier called pure blacks. Now, during slavery, the mulattoes or the light-skinned black people, they were emancipated by their white fathers. After slavery, due to their kinship with their white fathers, they were given advantages over pure blacks, such as education, property, and high status jobs. So these advantages were then passed down to their children. So this is a historical framework that we must view darkism through those lenses. So without further ado, what I'm going to do is go ahead and share my screen with you guys right now, because I have prepared a presentation that I think will help you to understand my framework in regards to how and why I created this concept of darkism. So bear with me 1 second, and I'm going to go ahead and start the slideshow. All right, so Theory of Darkism is a book that I'm currently working on. And again, this book, you will begin to understand why I make the commentary I make, why I have the play A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge, why I became the dark-skinned activist. So who am I? Once again, I'm a lecturer, motivational speaker, former American government professor, actor, producer, performer. I'm also a graduate of the University of South Florida with a master's degree in political science, a bachelor's degree in history, and the author of 5 books and 2 plays on dark skin. I'm also the first dark skin activist and inventor of dark skin activism. Now, I want to say thank you very much to Sunny Day, because a lot of people, a lot of black women, should I say, they've taken issue with my stance in regards to, dark skin activism, darkism, colorism. And when I said, hey, look, let's sit down and have a debate or have a discussion, they have not been forthcoming. So I want to say to you, first of all, thank you very much for taking up the challenge to have this sit down and really begin to understand. So my first disclaimer is this: I don't have an issue if you reference any of the information that I'm presenting, but as an academic, I adhere to strong standards of intellectual honesty, so please cite. The goals for me is to clear up fabrications about my statements, philosophy, and beliefs in regards to darkism. Also to show that darkism is illogical given the dark-skinned human blueprint, and also to find solutions to eradicating darkism. Now, we do have points of convergence, and I noticed that in a Facebook video that Sunny Day made, you said some things, but I'm going to get to that. But we can agree on the fact that Black people come in all colors. Other points of convergence that we have based on your Facebook video that you made, I believe about a week ago, you said, and I quote, "We need a dark-skinned activist." You also said dark-skinned discrimination is a reality, and unfortunately, it will continue to be a reality. You also said her position is needed.
Critical.
Right. Other points of convergence, or I'm sorry, points of divergence. The flaws in darkism, as you phrased it. Per your video you released on Facebook, you said, number 1, she asked all Black men of all shades and complexions to only marry and date and produce with dark-skinned women. Now, I'm a person that deals with facts and evidence. So Number one, I have never said that. That has never been my stance. And if I did indeed say that, I would like to see facts, evidence, and proof that I stated that. Number two, you said, and I quote, a biracial woman, she says, is not a Black woman. She does not say this about the brothers. She only says this about the sisters. Right. And I'm here to clear that up. A biracial woman is not a Black woman. A biracial woman is a biracial woman. If a person does not have two Black parents, in my opinion, they're not fully Black. I do not subscribe to the one-drop rule. I think it's a fallacy. The one-drop rule, as in a lot of laws that are written in this country, are made to suit the people who run things. So that's the framework in which I look at the one-drop rule, deeming that if you have one drop of Black blood in you, that you are Black. It doesn't make any sense. In regards to, she does not say this about the brothers. She only says this about the sisters. I actually do say that any person that has, for example, let me give you a concrete example. Former President Barack Obama is not a Black man. He is a mixed race man because he has a white mother and a Black father. That would make him mixed race. So I do say it about the men and the women. Another point of divergence is, you say, and I quote, she also says that a woman, my complexion is not Black. Let me clear that up. And actually, what I'm going to do is clear that up in this shortly. So just keep following me. So let's talk about Africa. And I'm going to clear that up. First of all, Africa's population is over 1 billion people, making it the largest continent on Earth. Now, the majority of the people are melanated. And as I stated earlier, Black people do come in all shades. However, the majority of people in Africa are dark-skinned. This is why they produce the most melanin. And now there's two kinds of melanin. You have the phenomelanin and you have the eumelanin. People with phenomelanin, which is like a reddish, yellowish color, they produce lighter skin pigmentation. Dark skinned people have what's called eumelanin, and they produce the most brown or darker skinned Black pigmentation. Now, the main reason why there are more eumelanated people in Africa, meaning more dark skinned people in Africa, is because of the climate. Africa is a tropical environment producing a lot of ultraviolet radiation, which is why melanin is there to protect against that, the radiation. So there are cells that's called melanites that actually protect against ultraviolet radiation. So to say that the majority of people in Africa, there's 1 billion plus people that are dark skinned, it's not just to say it, just to brag about it. It's actually based on facts. So remember, I'm the type of person that deals with facts. So continuing right along. So here we have an example of light-skinned Black women. These are Black women. They're not mixed. The Igbo women. This is a light-skinned Black couple, an Igbo couple. These are people from the Nigerian tribe. Of course, Nelson Mandela, he's a light-skinned Black man who a lot of people respect, who I myself respect, from South Africa. Then we have the Bushman San people of South Africa. Obviously, they're light-skinned. Obviously, we can see that they are Black people. This is a Bushman San woman from South Africa. Obviously, we can look at her and tell that she is a light-skinned Black woman. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the majority population in terms of, or the majority phenotype, the majority skin tone, whatever you want to call it. So we see Nigerian children here, dark-skinned children, and of course, there is a light-skinned Black child there. We see a dark-skinned Ghanaian man. We see a Sudanese family that is dark-skinned. We see a Gambian little girl that's dark-skinned. We see Congo people that are dark-skinned. We see a Sierra Leonean family that's dark-skinned. We also see a Senegalese girl that's dark-skinned. And by the way, just a side note, a lot of people from the continent, they have thought that I was from Senegal. This little girl reminds me of me, and that's such a compliment. So thank you if y'all ever watch this. We see Ugandan men. They're dark-skinned. So Egypt is the cradle of civilization, and the majority of people were dark-skinned people. Now, here's the proof, because again, we got to deal with proof and evidence. So Dr. Diop, his book, Civilization or Barbarism, he states the former
predominance of the Black civilization around the Mediterranean region is attested to by the unexpected existence of the pre-Hellenic Black virgins and goddesses. All right, so let's see how these women look. These are pre-Hellenic, okay, going all the way back before the Roman Empire. You know, let's just take a look at what they look like. So here we have the ancient dark-skinned virgins and goddesses. So this book, I highly recommend you check it out, by Ian Begg, The Cult of the Black Virgin. Also, we have Ivan Van Sertima, Black Women in Antiquity. Now let's just take a quick look at how these Black virgins and mother goddesses look. So the Black mother here from 109 BC, we have the Black Virgin of Chartres, Isis, Isis again, the Black Madonna, the Virgin of Saint Marcellus, Osiris. Actually, of course, obviously this is not a virgin, but just giving you guys more people that were actually depicted as dark skinned. This ancient Egyptian woman is obviously dark skinned, and if you look at her hair, it's what some people would call nappy or kinky or tightly coiled. So clearly we can see phenotypically that these people were dark skinned. So real quickly, I want to honor the work of Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop, because he's done a lot to prove that the Egyptians were Black, and he also dealt with phenotype. He's probably one of the most important Egyptologists and anthropologists of our time, Black especially, because there was a lot of white Egyptologists that tried to disprove that the origin of the Egyptians were non-Black. But he did a lot of work. So he's also a historian, a physicist, a linguist. He was also the director of the radiocarbon laboratory at the University of Dakar in Senegal, West Africa. And he's written a lot of books: The African Origin of Civilization, like I said, Civilization or Barbarism. He wrote about the pre-colonial condition of Africans. So he's done a lot of work. In addition to Dr. Louis Leakey. Now we see this white man here, but what I want to say about him is his greatest work and his greatest belief was understanding that Black people were at the center of humanity, and he believed and he proved that human beings originated in Africa. And there's a site called Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania. And this is where he and a team of other anthropologists did a lot of excavations. And, anthropologists deal with prehistory or pre-writing. So they have to dig up fossils and they have to dig up artifacts, and it tells the story of who did what and when before there was writing. So his work is truly groundbreaking. So I want to just keep moving right along. So the scholarly findings are, of course, humanity began in East Africa around the Great Lakes region. And that includes Tanzania, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan. That's very important. South Sudan, for people that would like to say that the original Egyptians were not Black, Sudan and Egypt are right by each other in the Nile, and the people in Sudan are jet black. Oh my gosh. The first European was a Grimaldi Black man. Racial differentiation later took place in France and Spain, around those areas, around the end of the last glaciation period. So that's how we end up with other races. That was like the offset of races that we know, the Asians, the Europeans, and so on and so forth. So phenotype, let's go back to this concept of phenotype. It's the ultimate proof that the ancient Egyptians were dark skinned. So let's take a look. Again, courtesy of Dr. Diop. There's other scholars, don't get me wrong, but Dr. Diop, he did extensive research in proving phenotypically how Egyptians look. So we have the Sphinx here, which is a Bantu. We have the modern Bantu, which we can clearly see they're dark skinned. We have the Egyptian princess, and which, if you look to the top left, that's the Egyptian princess, and the other young ladies around her are Senegalese. You can see the striking resemblance. Of course, they're all dark skinned. We have the Egyptian lady with the thumbs. We have the estate of Egyptian priests. Clearly, they're depicted as dark skinned. We have King Narmer, otherwise known as King Menes, which was the first pharaoh that united Upper and Lower Egypt. We could see the features there clearly. This is very important. This is the tomb of Ramesses. And again, going back to archaeology, what they have to do before there was written history, they have to go back and again excavate. And they went into the tomb of Ramesses, and this is what they found. And why this is important is it showed how Egyptians saw themselves. The Egyptians saw themselves as Black. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but A, which is the one to the far left, that's an Egyptian, dark skin. B is an Indo-European. C is other Blacks throughout Africa, and D is a Semite. So this was found in the tomb of Ramesses. So clearly, the ancient Egyptians understood and told the story, you know, in their drawings and in their artistic endeavors. They knew that they were Black. It's clear. So this is a picture of the Grimaldi Black. This is just one. There's others. The first full European human being. So then the question becomes, if the originators of humanity and civilization were originally Black, dark-skinned people, then why darkism? Why darkism? Let's get into that. So darkism's theoretical origin. So after years of research, I observed that the scholarly research only went as far as colorism. And that's why I said, I am not here to debate colorism. I'm here to debate darkism. Because darkism is a new paradigm. It's a new framework because we're dealing exclusively with dark skin discrimination, which the scholars, I would say the activists, these people have ran away from it. They have not, they focused on colorism, which deals with all skin tone biases and discrimination. It doesn't hone in on dark skin discrimination. So, but I would like to say, I want to honor Alice Walker because she did coin the term colorism in 1983 or 1982. So this is why you have the dark skin activists. This is why you have me writing the books and engaged in the activism that I've been engaged in since 1998. So continue right along. So the theory of darkism, I highly recommend that you at some point get the book. So darkism's origins. We're looking at a situation of global darkism that started with invasions on the continent of Africa. And these invasions culminated into slavery, colonialism, and capitalist expansion. European need for expansion via the framework of manifest destiny, which is really imperialism, started with trade. And then the slave trade, of course, they were doing like regular trade before slavery. So you have the main European political actors, the Portuguese, the British, the French, and the Spanish. And then finally, Africa gets independence somewhere around the 1960s. So this man right here, John L. O'Sullivan, we have him to thank for propagating this notion of manifest destiny. He was a journalist that believed that it was the right of Europeans to go around the world and pretty much conquer and control things and control people and tell them what to do and tell them how to be. So he's the one that actually coined the phrase manifest destiny. So now we get into a situation where after all that's happened, I just gave you a very brief synopsis of it. We get to the contemporary impact of darkism. And this is where I come in. And this is my book, by the way, Darkism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against. So the outcomes, the result of global darkism is underdevelopment. And this is why this is so important to me, because at the heart of what I do, it's really about human equality, and it's about economic development. So underdevelopment and dependency, that's the outcome of global darkism. So let's keep going. So Walter Rodney is a scholar that has done extensive work on showing how Europe underdeveloped Africa, and I highly recommend you get his book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. Very good read, and it'll give you an in-depth understanding of how we got into our economic situation that we're currently in. So global darkism is pretty much the end result. So this concept is discussed in my book, Systemic Economic Darkism. And I highly recommend that you get the book and you read it. It's a deeply rooted system, where mechanisms are put in place to impede dark-skinned people from economic progress through policies and practices of socioeconomic marginalization, including, but not limited to, social exclusion. We're going to talk a little bit about that social exclusion, economic exclusion, educational exclusion, and the criminalization of dark-skinned people. So, per the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, Africa leads the world. This is an example of systemic economic darkism in contemporary times. Right now, Africa leads the world in poverty. These are dark-skinned people. Systemic economic darkism. It's about maybe 3 or 4 of these countries that are on here that are not African countries. So the social impact of darkism. It leads to an emotional impact. And if you guys get a chance, and if you email me, I will gladly send it to you. I wrote an article back in 2014 called Dark Skin Mental Abuse. And this article culminates into my view of Black male-female relationships, the area that darkism has impacted my life the most. So I decided I'm gonna focus in on it and hone in on it and create a movement around it, because I wanna figure out why is this happening and how can I solve it? So we get to the impact of darkism on Black male-female relationships. And that's really why we're here tonight, but I had to set up the historical context. So let's start with slavery. From 1619 to about 1865, darkism's impact really hit. So basically we have a situation where dark skin equals no privilege, mulatto equals privilege, or light skin equals privilege. So for example, darkism versus privilege. You have the mulatto dominated sectors during, or industries, or however you want to name it, or jobs during slavery. They got the best jobs: house servants, cooks, personal servants, butlers, coachmen. And this is based on research. Heath and Herring. Guys can research this information, research the researchers. Dark-skinned slaves dominated field work, heavy lifting, lots of bending, hours in the hot sun and rain. They did the unskilled labor. They were subject to a greater amount of beatings. So if we look at Reconstruction and beyond, darkism impacts Black male and female relationships. As Blacks gain more education and status, this is very important because this is what took place during Reconstruction and after. They married up into the formerly guarded mulatto elite. And this pattern of darkism persisted into the civil rights era and beyond, the era in which I made the comments about Kendrick Lamar. So let's keep going. So darkism relationship examples. So for example, high status Black men are more likely to choose non-dark women for marriage and dating. And there are the scholars listed. You can look them up. College-age light-skinned women more likely to be in a relationship than dark-skinned college-age women. And there's the information, the scholarly information there. You can feel free to look up the researcher. Anyway, 23% dark-skinned women were found to be in relationships according to this study. 41% medium brown-skinned women were found to be in relationships, and 45% light-skinned women were found to be in relationships. So the next thing, dark skin was the most common selection for the statement, people think blank skin is the most unattractive. 77% stated that they thought dark skin was the most unattractive. Other examples, 64% of participants in the study said that it's the hardest for dark-skinned women when looking for a spouse. Black men don't want us. Black men don't choose us. This is what, and I go off of empirical evidence. This was my own observation when I did a show on the Dark Skin Activist Tour in Tucson in March. The women told me that Black men don't want us. This is what they told me out of their mouths. Continuing on. So how socioeconomic problems make relationships worse. Let's take a look. Jail and no jobs. So high unemployment rates among Black males, high incarceration rates. So over 50% of Black men are incarcerated, although they make up about 6% of the population. According to the Sentencing Project, less than 200,000 Black men were in prison in 1970. By 2007, over 1 million were in prison. By the 1950s, most Black and white women were married. However, by the 20th century, a decline, especially for Black women,